It from a meteor? A meteor large enough can be several miles in diameter and travel at tens of miles per second. To wrap Earth in bubble wrap, you would need many tons of it. If you are trapped in a room with walls that are closing, first, breathe and look for a red button. If you can't find one, try using your body to push the walls. If that doesn't work either, cover yourself with baby oil so you can slide like a fucking worm. But be careful. You may not always land where you want. Hello there. You are trapped in a room with... Did you know that chameleons don't change color just to hide? They actually speak a colorful language all their own. When a chameleon changes to this color, it probably means it is ready to rob a convenience store. Did you know that chameleons...
I don't need a job.
When you crack your neck, your joints are forced to move. And this can cause small air bubbles to burst, causing that popping sound we hear. But if you crack it too hard, will cause you to pass out, and you could turn into, yo, what the fuck, I'm just making a video, oh shit. When you crack your neck, your joints are forced to move. When you crack your neck, your joints are forced to move. And this can cause small air bubbles to burst, causing that popping sound we hear. But if you crack it too hard, will cause you to pass out, and you could turn into, yo, what the fuck, I'm just making a video, oh shit. Falling from the world's tallest skyscraper can send you to an impact speed of 130 kilometers per hour in just 13 seconds, giving you no chance of surviving. Falling from the world's tall... What the fuck are you doing? Don't put fucking sugar in your coffee. Instead, put in Husqvarna 440 gas-powered chainsaw, 40cc, 2.4 HP. What the fuck?
What?
What the fuck are you doing? Always shoot diagonally and search for ships in a checkerboard pattern. This can almost guarantee a win in Battleship. But if your opponent starts copying the same tactic after your opening moves, change the pattern and target the corners, where ships are often hiding. However, if the game still doesn't go your way, use a Dutch harpoon cannon. Always shoot diagonally and search for ships in a checkerboard pattern. This can almost guarantee a win in Battleship. But if your opponent starts copying the same tactic after your opening moves, change the pattern and target the corners, where ships are often hiding. However, if the game still doesn't go your way, use a Dutch harpoon cannon. Always shoot diagonally and search for ships in
He bites his teammate's butt during the jump, because in double ski jumping, speed is a key factor. Modern athletes have developed this technique to improve aerodynamics in mid-air, incredibly reducing the superfine in contact with the wind. Then the jump continues with pirouettes and a somersault. 天哪，难以置信的事情正在发生！我的眼睛到底看到啊！ Bites his teammate's butt. He pushes himself forward, sliding on the ice and throwing the stone at high speed. Meanwhile, the second player makes a continuous movement with the broom to increase speed or change direction. When the stone hits the opponent's stones, they are knocked out of the circle. To win, you must have more rocks closer to the center. Meanwhile, in the women's competition, he pushes himself. If you swallow gum, most people think it's dangerous because it could stick inside your stomach and make your belly grow huge with big quantities. But that's not actually the case. You see, when you digest it and it goes into the intestine, and by farting, the gum will transform into a tiny balloon floating out of your body. And this balloon can grow so big. If you swallow gum,
It's time to pick my dad up from work. I hope he's not.
why do you always lose at arm wrestling? You see, most people just push sideways with their arm, but that puts all the strain on your elbow and makes it easy to get beat. Instead, pull your opponent's hand towards your own shoulder to close the gap, and use your entire body weight to lean sideways for leverage. Finally, he will be out of energy, so you quickly let go of his hand, and he will punch himself in the face. While he's stunned, tape him to the roundabout and make it spin. Why do you... A woman noticed a washing machine sitting on the side of the road while driving. Confused, she pulled over to take a closer look. Suddenly,
from behind the trees, riding on LeBron James. But before she could even react, he approached.
a woman noticed... Spread your legs and bend on your knees when playing table tennis. Then angle the racket at 70 degrees and hit the ball. This shot will give it a special effect. When it bounces off the opponent's side of the table, the ball will curve unexpectedly. If your opponent manages to hit the ball, then use the table as a Spread your legs and bend.
Would you rather jump into an erupting volcano or dive into a tank of sharks? If you choose the volcano, the lava will cook your ass instantly like a turkey. But if you choose the sharks, you'll be eaten like kebab. There is also another option. If you can stick a ballistic missile up your ass, you can win a Medal of Honor and a free phone. Would you rather jump...
Big boy, come pick up your phone. I don't pick up your phone ringing.
If you want to build a perfect snowman, first find wet snow that sticks, then roll a large base and add the body with the head. Finally, neighborhood kids will definitely try to destroy it. So place an anti-personnel mine inside. You always start from the center and occupy the central squares to maximize your piece's mobility and restrict your opponent. This doubles the chances of winning. If your opponent also tries to occupy the center, try to maintain a king's row for as long as possible. And when you get your first queen, use an Austrian lady. Always start. I made this Sekai game. If you bite a gold coin, it bends almost instantly, because raw gold is a very soft material. In the Wild West, they used to bite gold coins precisely because they were 24-karat gold, and to verify their authenticity. This won't damage your teeth or the coin, but if you bite Abdul Wahab... If you bite a gold coin, it bends. Many people wonder how to fix a squeaky door with no tools. It's pretty easy. You just need to take some oil and grease the hinges. If that doesn't work, take some oil and pour it on your ass. Finally, take a German 7.5 centimeter... Many people wonder how to fix a squeaky door with no tools. It's pretty easy. You just need to take some oil and grease the hinges.
This gum can actually get inside your teeth and remineralize the enamel, allowing you to heal cavities and whiten teeth. It contains two key compounds, hydroxyapatite and xylitol. When you chew the gum, hydroxyapatite bonds to your teeth and repairs the enamel's crystal layer, helping to fill in and remineralize cavities. Meanwhile, xylitol eliminates harmful bacteria in your mouth, reducing the acids that erode enamel.
If you shoot at a piece of paper folded many times, can it stop the bullet? You see, it would take about 200 to 300 pieces of paper to stop a bullet from a gun. But if you could fold a regular sheet 42 times its thick, if you shoot at a piece of paper, a soldier called his parents and said,
I'm back home tomorrow, but I'm bringing another soldier with me. He lost a leg and he's blind. Please treat him like family.
His parents were speechless. Then his mother snapped,
No, don't bring him here. We don't need problems in our house.
Days passed, but their son never returned. Worried, they searched for weeks until they learned he was living with a poor old man in their own city. They rushed there and knocked. The door opened and they froze. A soldier... This man saw the stroller running into traffic because the wind blew it away, and the baby's mother fell while chasing it. He sprinted forward, but unexpectedly, the stroller dodged. This may always stand when you have a 17. This doubles your chances.
My sister! My mom! Me! My whirlwind can destroy everything. There's no one left in this...
Crashed her truck right into a massive beehive, almost reaching her house, and a huge swarm of angry bees burst out and attacked her. Everyone rushed in, trying to pull her away from the car. Suddenly, her husband managed to take her out. Crashed her truck. His opponent grabbed him by the throat with his bare hands, using all his strength. In this ancient Olympic competition, whoever loses consciousness loses. But with enough strength, you can make the AAA. His opponent grabbed him by the throat with his bare hands, using all his strength. In this ancient Olympic competition, whoever loses consciousness loses. But with enough strength, you can make the AAA. His opponent grabbed him by the throat with his bare hands, using all his strength. In this ancient... Chicken slipped into his mouth. If you shoot a tank with a gun, most people might think that the bullet would bounce off the armor, but that's not the case. But you see, if you stick the tank's barrel up your nose... He went to an American university to study... If you shoot a tank with a gun, most people might think that the bullet would bounce off the armor. But that's not the case. But you see, if you stick the tank's barrel up your nose, you can give yourself a lobotomy.
He went to an American university. Wearing AirPods is dangerous.
I really thought that
Wearing AirPods is dangerous because they act as earplugs and cause earwax to build up. And that's not all. Instead, use the Bosch Professional Hammer Drill GD.
I really thought that
Have you ever wondered how to calm a crying baby on board an airplane? They drew white stripes on the ground, adding dark shadows on the sides, creating a new kind of pedestrian crossing. And from the perspective of an approaching car, it looks like real blocks floating above the ground. You see, this invention was created because no one stopped at crosswalks. So when a person approaches the drawing, make sure they drew.
Has anyone actually made it to level 4 before? If you're slightly congested, use level 1. If you find yourself mouth breathing or snoring at night, use level 2. If you feel like you're breathing through a straw and it's affecting your everyday life, use level 3. If you have a deviated septum or a collapsed nostril just like this, use level 4.
Why doesn't America use the metric system, but they have their own one? You might think they want to be different. His father destroyed his son's place. They would place the man in the pit and cover him completely with soil, breathing through a bamboo cane. You see, in their beautiful culture, this is a ritual of purification of the mind and soul used by their ancestors. Finally, the tribal chief. They would place the man in the pit and cover him completely with soil. Do you know why men cover their eyes and women cover their mouths when they cry? You see, there is no... See all the cameras.
Guys, comment down below. Why do women rub their eyes when they wake up? Because they have no balls to scratch.
If a pregnant woman trips and falls, what happens to her belly? When a woman is pregnant, her belly has two different layers, the skin and the sac where the baby is carried. So, when the woman starts dancing, if a pregnant, place the squid on the cutting board and hold it by the tip with the palm of your hand. Then give it a karate chop on the head with your other hand, and you will notice that it changes color. This method is quick, painless, and guaranteed. Place the squid on the cutting board.
My mom, she lost her job. Roblox.
When you apply the blackhead mask, it gets into the open pores and sticks to the tip of the pimple. And when you peel it off, the blackheads remain sticking to the mask and are extracted from the pore. See if you peel it off. When you apply the blackhead, this new car safety system guarantees. When you apply the blackhead mask, it gets into the open pores and sticks to the tip of the pimple. And when you peel, this new car safety system guarantees a new level of...
Dad, my Roblox skin is so boring.
Just download Skin's Clothes Maker.
Rub the lamp and a genie will appear to grant you 3 wishes. But no more than 3, so choose wisely. Now, if you wish to be on a tropical island with your friend, he cut open the horse because in extremely cold conditions, it can provide excellent shelter, as this Viking practice was used to survive during expeditions to Antarctica. Just make sure you don't cut a nuclear bomb. He cut open the horse because a woman was determined to do water.
is called Bam.
A woman was determined to do water skiing in waters full of sharks. You might think it's dangerous, but not so much for the sharks themselves as for the fins you have to dodge as they stick out of the water. At the sound of the bell, the boat sets off, reaches an impressive. A woman was determined. Some wild dogs carry a parasite that makes them bolder, turns them into pack leaders, and spreads to other dogs through bites. And when a human gets infected with this parasite, they also become more confident and fearless. They can achieve career success. Some wild dogs. What the fuck are you doing? Don't put.
Within bubble wrap, you would need many tons of it, but that's not the only